Jane reads a lot of books, so if necessary you can change, yeah? You made a mistake. Reads a lot of books in English. She likes fantasy writing, and she has read books like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Oh, it's a mistake. She lived in the UK. She lived in the UK for a year as a child, where she learned to speak English fluently. So she lived, yeah, and she learned. She doesn't talk very much, but when she wants to, she can express herself well. She says that reading is the best way to learn vocabulary, because you learn words naturally when you read. Actually, these are my students, yeah? My students from a few years ago. So they're real people, and I chose them because they have different ways of learning, yeah? I think not everybody can learn in the same way. But this girl learns by reading. So in the class we study vocabulary, but she told me it's okay to study vocabulary, but it's much better just reading. Yeah, that's the best way for her to learn English. So I think maybe some of you can enjoy reading as a good way to learn. Any questions about that? Do you understand it? Do you agree? Do you think, can you do that? I'm sure some of you can learn that way. But why do you say no? Why not? Yes, I mean, one thing maybe you have to find easy reading. Yeah, difficult reading is too difficult. It doesn't help. You need easy reading. But I think in this school you have lots of books that you can read that are easy. So I think everybody could do that. It's a good way to learn. But okay, let's look at Dan. Dan is different, yeah? Okay, Dan, he doesn't like reading very much, but he does like studying. He does like studying English, okay? So he works hard on his vocabulary. He works hard checking new words in a dictionary and getting examples. So Dan is just a good student, yeah? He works very hard. So some people learn that way. Not everybody can learn this way, but okay, he likes looking up words in dictionaries, he likes studying. He's never, did you get that right? He has never lived or studied abroad. Did you get that right? He has never lived or studied abroad in his life. Yeah? But he's good at communicating in English, because he likes it so much. He worked as a teaching assistant, and he found it interesting to help students. Okay. So Dan is a different student, but learns in a different way. Called Lord Franklin, who was a sailor, and he sailed to the North Pole, yeah, the Arctic. He tried to find a way from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean by sea, but he didn't find it, and he died. Yeah? He died in the Arctic, and all his people died. So this is a song, sad song, about Lord Franklin, the sailor. Tells his story. Okay? So anyway, I hope you like the song. I was homeward bound one night on the deep, swinging in my hammock I fell asleep. I dreamed a dream and I thought it true. Concerning Franklin, knows with his skin was the only one that ever came through. From Baffin Bay, where whale fishes rose, the fate of Franklin no man may know. The fate of Franklin no tongue can tell. Lord Franklin alone with his sailors do well. Okay, so did you manage to correct it? Did you see the mistake? Let's go one by one through the verses and see what's wrong. So in the first one, what's the problem? The order of the lines. So that's easy, right? So what's the first line? I was homeward bound one night on the deep. Homeward bound means going home. Yeah. On the deep means where? Deep what? It's on the sea, right? Swinging. The next one. Swinging in my hammock, I fell asleep. Do you know what a hammock is? It's a kind of bed between two. You can swing in it. It's made of rope. Yeah. And you can swing between two trees. If you have two trees, you can just put a hammock in between. What's it called in Chinese?
吊床.
Yes. So that's a hammock. Swinging in my hammock, I fell asleep. The next line. I dreamed a dream, and I thought it true. And the last line, concerning Franklin and his gallant crew. So it's a dream. Somebody dreams about Franklin after Franklin died. Gallant. Do you know what gallant means? Gallant means, anyone know? Brave. Just means brave. Someone who's brave, courageous, gallant. So, can you sing? Can you sing the first verse? Yeah? Let's try.